Okay, right. So, good day, class. So, today we're going to discuss about SPP document 208, which is Architectural Design Competition. So, let's read the first section. It's about the competition secretariat. So, the body formed by the owner and approved by the professional advisor to assist the professional advisor and the jury in the administrative conduct of the design competition. This may include the secretary, the receptionist, the encoder researcher, then the support staff or the OGTs. So when we're talking about architectural design competitions class, rarely do I encounter there's a competition regarding housing. It's mostly on large scale projects. For example, already on the city scale level or at most an entire skyscraper or a landmark. Um, you don't see residential buildings being put into architectural design competition. Okay. So, joining architectural design competitions is one way to promote yourself or your firm if you're still starting out. Then we have here, there's another written about the professional advisor. So, a professional advisor is an architect nominated, appointed, and paid by the owner and approved by the IAPOA or the National Board of Directors through its ADC committee or the Design Competition Committee to organize the design competition on behalf of the owner. So as you can see here, guys, it's written here that the professional advisor should be approved by the IAPOA. The current IAPOA, guys, is the UAP. So it just means that um, the scale of design competition is large enough that it merits the involvement of the organization itself. Okay. So his role is the supervision of the conduct of the design competition or the ADC and the preparation of the conditions. His function includes ensuring that the ADC timetable is adhered to or followed, the design competition timetable is followed, supervising the receipt of competitors' questions, the dispatch of reply to all competitors, and the receipt of competition entries, and safeguarding the anonymity of the competitors at all times. Because sometimes, uh, if the names of the competitors are already announced and it's not anonymous, there's a tendency that there might be some bias, especially if the ones joining are really, really big firms. Then he will assist the jury and will be present during its deliberations, but he will have no vote. So his responsibilities will be limited to the organization and the conduct of the competition. Then we also have the technical advisors. So when you talk about technical advisors, these are specialist personnel who may be consulted by the jurors during the conduct of the design competition to permit them to obtain all necessary relevant information. Then you also have the jury. So the jury, these are the people appointed by the owner to assess the entries to the competition. The members of the jury are called jurors. So it consists of a majority of registered and licensed architects, assisted by a lay juror to represent and voice the intention of the owner. So what does Section 2 mean? It means that it's not necessary that all the members are architects. What's important is that the majority of the members are architects. Then if there's a lay juror, to represent the voice of the owner, it means that that juror is not necessarily no, it's not an architect. What's written there is lay juror, so that he could be the one to voice the intention of the owner. Then the jury, they are nominated by the owner and approved by the Integrated and Accredited Professional Organization of Architects or the IAPOA, which is the UAP. So you could just imagine the scale of design competitions. It's really big in scale. These are not normal commercial or residential buildings. Then about the competition budget or cost, a budget must be earmarked for the salary of the secretariat throughout the duration of the competition, from the time it is launched and up to the end of the exhibition, awarding, and close out. So salary can be on a monthly basis for the temporary staff and weekly allowance for support staff like the OGT who assist in the judging, exhibit, and awarding ceremonies. So a budget can also be earmarked for office, overhead costs, including office rental if necessary, transportation, office supplies, and bills. So the professional advisor shall be provided with an honorarium per month during the duration of the competition. Expenses for board and lodging, transportation and airfare. So if travel for the advisor is so required, the competition, it shall be reimbursed by the owner. The technical advisor shall also be provided with an honorarium as the consultation fee. Then the jurors also be provided with an honorarium to cover the period for judging. Expenses for accommodation, food, transportation, and airfare also should be on the account of the owner. So now we are on the section for the prices, honoraria, and mentions. So the prices awarded must be related to the size and complexity of the project. So what does this mean? If the project is large, then of course the the rewards for the project should also for the competition should also be commensurate. Because otherwise, the owner is just fishing out for information or for ideas. Then the amount of work involved, the expense incurred by the competitors, it is important for the owner to allot adequate prize money to compensate all the competitors for their work. So I think what this means, guys, that if you join the competition, um, your work should be compensated ideally. So I'm not so sure if what's happening right now if this is followed. Because sometimes in the design competition, usually you don't get compensated unless you win the competition itself. Then for ideas competition only, it may be possible to remunerate only the first prize winner. Then the owner undertakes to accept the decisions of the jury and to pay the prices allotted within 1 month of the official announcement of the design competition results. So this means that the owner should respect the decision of the jury as to who will win the competition. Okay? So in two-stage competitions, a reasonable honorarium shall be paid to each of the competitors selected to take part of the second stage. This sum, which is intended to reimburse them for the additional work carried out in the second stage, shall be stated in the conditions and shall be in addition to the prizes awarded. Then the sixth, the conditions shall state the use to which the owner will put the winning plans, designs, schemes, design competition generated plans or designs may not be used or art or altered in any way except by the agreement with the author. So it doesn't mean that you enter the competition, guys, that um, the owner could just get ideas, mix and match them for his or her project. It should be with the consent of the author or the authors. The owner or its agents are not free to pick out portions of the entries to compose another plan or design. So this is covered by the applicable ownership and copyright provisions under Section 20 and 33 of RA 9266 and RA 8293, which is the Intellectual Property Code of the Philippines, and their respective IRRs, or implementing rules and regulations. So in project design competitions, the award of first prize to a plan or design places the owner under an obligation to entrust the author of the plan or design with the commission of the project. So if you win the competition, it means that you'll be the one who will also be commissioned by the owner. So if the winning competitor is unable to satisfy the jury of his ability to carry out the design or plan or work, the jury may require the winner to collaborate with another architect of the winning competitor's choice, duly approved by the jury and the owner. Then, in addition, design competition provisions shall be made in the in the ADC conditions for the first prize winner to receive compensation of a further sum equal to the amount of the first prize if no contract is signed within the first 12 months of the announcement of the jury's award. So if you won't be awarded a contract within the next 12 months after winning this competition, you will receive compensation of another sum aside from what you initially received after winning. In so compensating the first prize winner, the owner does not acquire the right to carry out the project except with the collaboration of the author. So it doesn't mean, guys, that um, the you all that you join the competition that the owner has complete power over your design. He or she must collaborate with you as the architect. So in an ideas competition, if the owner decides to make use of all the parts of the winning scheme, he should do so with the collaboration of the author. The terms of collaboration must be acceptable to the latter. Okay, so let's discuss section 14 next week. So this, guys, is our lecture for architectural design competitions, which is SPP document 208. So it's really important, guys, that someday when you become architects, that you join also competitions, especially if you're still starting out in the industry, because it will allow uh, your brand to be known by others. Okay, so I'm going to post our activity in our Padlet link. If you have any further questions or clarifications, feel free to reach out to me anytime. Okay, so take care, class, and see you next meeting.